All right, so moving to Ketan. Ketan, we have heard about you moving from education to corporate to startup world, right? You have shared about your experience and how things sort of fell in line for you. There was a partner who to help out, and then sort of start your journey, entrepreneurial journey in US. What piece of advice would you give as a researcher to the fellow researchers who are working or doing path breaking research in the medical field or any other field as well, who are PhD holders or MTechs or masters in the respective technology, and they wish to start their own, but they do not have an idea how to go ahead? What would be your piece of advice to those folks?
Right. I mean, that's certainly a very interesting question, and I mean, there could be a lot to talk about this particular question. I'll still try to keep it relatively short. So definitely, why is important, but what we spoke about already. But when it comes to transitioning from being an academician towards entrepreneur, that itself is a journey. It's a lot of decisions. Uh, Starting from the thinking, the way researchers think about a problem and the solution is really different when you go from academic research to the industry itself. And I think uh, understanding and learning this ideology of entrepreneur is important for a researcher. Or I mean, I would say that if not, the researcher may always be stuck at you know uh, I would say researchers are the folks who are trained to be excellent, finding the best solution for their problems. Whereas in entrepreneurship, things may not be the same way. And uh, having this, learning this ideology is important. Knowing the problem, knowing your market, that is important before jumping onto entrepreneurship again. Uh, these are some very basic things about starting a business, I would say. But again, as a researcher, these are the things which I would say to start off with if you want to pursue your entrepreneurial journey.
Excellent, Ketan. So thank you so much for being so brief. Mainly, you touched upon the point that researcher has a knack of identifying solutions to every minute problem, because they can go to the microscopic level, identify the problem, and then of course build the solution as well. It relates to completely to your story as well.
Right,
Uh,
but then it's important how you are going to productize. If there are people willing to
of
pay
course.
for it, identifying these things are much more important when you want to make a business out of it.
Yes. Uh, of course, I mean, productizing everything is important. If you do not have a product, how are you going to sell that service to the client? Or, I mean, how are you going to show the value addition which your work or the research work is actually able to do? So, in order to convince other people to pay for your product or service, it's important to have something tangible
Right.
as an outcome which will please them, which will excite them, which will surprise them,
Mhm.
and
Totally agree.
make them to lose some weight of their pockets.
Right, and I think researchers know this well
Mhm.
through their peer-reviewed research articles that they publish out to say
Right.
that, yeah, this is the work that we have done. This is something tangible, and I think equivalent of that in the entrepreneurial world is the patents. So having your own IP, I think researchers could relate this to this fact very well.
Yes, absolutely. Great. Thank you so much, Ketan, for sharing all of that.